Images is what really brings your template or campaign to life. And this is super easy to add in. Again, if we want to go into our template, which we're currently making, on the right hand side in our blocks, we will see what options we have here. So we have images, we have image group, we have image card, and image text. So again, if we want to drag any of these in, we hover over and click on the one of our choice. So I'm clicking image, and I can drag this into the arena and choose where I want it to go. So I'm going to have it on this occasion between these two blocks. And at the moment, it just has a standard grey block, which shows you need to add something in. And to add in our own images, we click on upload an image. And this takes us to our files, which we already have in our account. So if you've already got some images, you will see these here in your Content Studio. If you want to upload some, then we can click upload. If you want to upload some, we can go into our folder of choice, and we can simply double click and upload it. So once it's loaded, it will show into your template. And a lot of the time, when you upload an image, it will come up with this error message. It will say, this image is too big and might slow load times or get clipped in people's inboxes. Aim for 800 to 1200 pixels width instead. Let's fix it. So, as they mention, having really, really big photos and images is not going to do your email campaigns any good. They're going to either get blocked by different email browsers, or they can end up in people's spam. And if the emails are slow to load and open, then people are less likely to click on them. So MailChimp suggests between 800 and 1200. But if you remember me saying earlier, an email is only 600 pixels wide. So I would always make sure my images are 600 pixels maximum. That way you've got the best chance for your campaigns to be delivered. So you can change this nice and easily by clicking Let's Fix It. And it will take you to a really cool editor that they have. So we don't have to edit all this in Photoshop or something before. We can upload it and do the cropping within. So it has 1200 width. It corrects it to that, but I'm going to change it to 600. If you have the blue tick filled in, then your height will automatically change in relation, will change the correct size in relation to the new width. So once you're happy that you've got 600 width, you can click Save. Now you'll see that error message is gone. If you want to edit this further, we can click on Edit. And we can actually crop images as well. So I might think, hang on, I don't want all of this in here. I'd quite like it to be a square. And then it creates a square automatically, and you can drag which part you want within the image. Or again, it has some other pre-made options for you. Or again, you can even do custom. This is where you may want to turn off the lock dimension tick. So we can click on that and it's gone. Now we can crop it manually exactly how we want. So you can say you can just want part of the phone in there. You might just want sections to the left. And once you are happy with your cropping, you can click Save. Do say that you don't want to have pixels above 600, but you don't want to start getting them under 600 really either, because then it won't show the whole width of the template and it'll look a bit funky. So once you're happy with that, you can click Save. We can also add links to our images as well, which you can see by the link button. So let's click on that. And again, we can choose if you want it to go to an email, or add a file again, or just go to an email or a web, or just go to a web address. So we can go into brand remote, insert. If you want to remove the link, no problem. Just click on link again and click remove link. You can also see here the image display size has a kind of drag percentage indicator. So we can drag this up and down and we will see it change in size within our template. We have a style box for images too. And we can add a border around it, just like we did with our text. So we can choose dash, change the pixels again, pick our color. And we can also choose if we want rounded corners on our image and our border. You see, it looks like a game of Snake with it moving around at the moment. And just like we did before, we can extend this style to other image blocks that we have. And then settings, we can choose if we want it aligned central, left or right. And it also gives an option for if you want it edge to edge. So automatically MailChimp adds images in and it gives a little bit of padding to the left and right and top and bottom. So what you can do, you click edge to edge and you see it stretches out. And for main wide images, I think it looks really cool when you do that. And you can also constrain image dimensions by 50% for high res displays. But I wouldn't recommend that. And then you can save. If you want to replace the image, simply click on replace. And once you're happy, click save and close on that box. And you can also decide if you want to have image groups. So we select an image group. It's exactly the same again, but here you can see you've got 2 images left and right. You can add up to 5 images per group. If we click on add another image, see it creates this cool effect here. We can add another. And now we go to settings, it provides us with a few layout options. If you do have 2 images next to each other within an email, you do want to make sure they are the same size though, as if they're not, it can look a little bit uneven and a bit messy. So if we upload pictures to this block and we want to have a square picture of a goat on the left, and then we have a landscape picture of a sheep on the right hand side, you can see there's a big ugly white space underneath where the sheep are. So we want to make sure these 2 images are exactly the same height and width. So we can see the dimensions of the 2 images here underneath the names. 427 times 427 for the goat. And on the sheep, we have 640 times 428. We can see the goat is cropped to a square, so we can do exactly the same for the sheep and they will match. So we click on edit and we could choose one of the pre-cropped options that MailChimp has. So we can go square, move it to where you're happy and click save. And now they are even height. And say if you wanted them to be landscape, instead of cropping just one of them to the square, you could go edit and you could choose on, and you can click on 16:9 for example, crop, and do the same on the sheep. It doesn't really matter what you choose, but just make sure that they're even and it looks so much better.